I'm Matt Plapp,
I'm Shawn Walchef.
and we're back with another episode of Own Their
Phones.
Okay, Shawn, exciting things coming to your world
Yes.
in the next month. And I want to talk about those because I think what a lot of restaurants tend to do is sit on their hands. They sit on their hands and they wait for customers to walk in, and they wonder why sales go down and why they never grow and why they never get to that next point. Like when we had our boat dealership, we were always growing, but I was always telling my wife, next year, you're actually going to see me. So talk about what Cali Barbecue is doing to get more attention and get their product in more stomachs around San Diego.
Yeah. So the basic principle is we want to be the Amazon of barbecue. In order to be the Amazon of barbecue, we want to leverage technology and be an e-commerce company. So how do we get more barbecue to more people? I mean, I spent 13 years building a barbecue brand in a difficult location in San Diego, doing every type of marketing, every type of branding, every type of media to get people to come to our barbecue restaurant, drive 45 minutes across the county. And now we're looking for partners. So we're looking for distribution partners. We want to add more barbecue smokers and add more meat and then get more barbecue to more people. So if that means partnering with local breweries, which we're in the process of doing, ghost kitchens, stadium locations, institutional locations,
Yep.
military-based locations, hospitals, big catering opportunities. We're working, hopefully closing deals with Easy Cater and Fuda. Those are both delivery partners that have big office type clients. So they do delivery on bulk. So, corporate clients that do a lot of catering, they use those distribution partners. And if we're not on those channels, then we can't sell more barbecue. So it's my job as not just the chief visionary officer. I'm happy that you changed your name as well. Chief visionary officer, shout out to Simon Sinek. You're not a CEO of your company. You're a chief visionary officer. We have to think bigger. And how do we get more barbecue to more people? And that helps us produce better barbecue, but also make more money.
And that's got to be something a lot of restaurants aren't looking at because, I know we work with hundreds of restaurants nationwide, and most of them are 1 to 2 location. And they're looking at another, like I talked to you the other day, is like looking for another brick and mortar. Like,
Yep.
And that's a large expense for a brick and mortar. There's probably a lot of places to create revenue streams that, like you said, a brewery. I mean, a lot of breweries have that little spot in the back where they've had 4 restaurants come and go because it's probably that restaurant's only source of income is that brewery. And that's a tough nut. But if they come in and, hey, this is my 5th source of income, and I'm looking for this to not only drive some revenue, but also drive name awareness so that they come to Cali BBQ more often.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. We've done stadium deals, for the last 7 years because we partnered with Sports Arena, which is Pechanga Arena, with the Gulls minor league hockey team. But now with Snapdragon Stadium, I mean, we can truly see when we go to an Aztecs game or I go to a Wave game, which is women's soccer, when there's 32,000 people in the stands and they have 8 options in the stadium, 8 options for food. But I'm there looking at watching people, listening to people, and they go, Cali Barbecue, I've heard of that. Let's go and try it. Let's go get a pulled pork sandwich. Let's go get a brisket sandwich. So it's like all of the marketing, all the branding that we do that's out in this ecosystem, whether it's on Yelp, whether it's on Google, whether it's podcasts, whether it's TikTok videos, all of a sudden now the accessibility, it's right there in the stadium in front of them. Now they try it and they go, oh my God, these wedding beans are incredible. Like now 2 weeks later, they're thinking about catering a wedding or they're thinking about catering. Now we've become part of an extension. That's where, this brand awareness drives so much because it's actually people trying your product. It's outside of the 4 walls of your restaurant. People that are listening to the show, it's how you already have a little factory. Like we run little factories, but how do you get that product to more people outside of the 4 walls of your restaurants? Events are a great way to do it. Distribution's a great way to do it. And technology allows us to do it.
And what it reminds me of is back in our boat dealership days, where we're located in Northern Kentucky, our boat dealership was like 2 miles from my office here in Florence. And the big boat dealerships, there was 5 of them up in Cincinnati on the same road. Yep. And everybody talked about like they more times than not go to the boat dealership row versus come to us because there's 5 versus 1. And Indiana is in between both of us. So like the boat row here, when we're here, and Indiana was over here. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to get billboards. I'm going to run cable advertising. I'm going to do some specific small town radio. And I went over to Indiana, I'm looking, and I'm pricing all this stuff out. I got like, it was like $8,000 a month is what it came out to be if I wanted to really own that market, which to me for selling the boats wasn't a huge deal. I'm like, okay, I could probably make this happen. It'll drive people there. But then one day I'm driving by this lot and I see for rent. I stop in and I'm like, what's the deal with this building? Oh, we're going to rent that out. We're over here. We don't use that part of the building in that lot. And I'm like, could boats and campers be parked there? Well, yeah. I'm like, what's the rent? $600. Like, so for $600, I can put 40 units here because we always had 700 units in stock, put a sign up, and then just direct people to our lot in Florence. It was hilarious because our sales from people in Indiana skyrocketed. And it wasn't us like opening a full dealership over there, parts, accessories. It was literally meant to be our own little billboard for a couple $100 a month.
I mean, that's the incredible thing, that we're right in the beginning of this new economy for restaurants. If you have an incredible burger, if you have an incredible lasagna, if you have an incredible rack of ribs, you don't need to just sell that in your restaurant.
Yep.
You can figure out a way to get that to different parts of your city, different parts of your community, and figure out a way. How do I partner with a local school? I mean, I have a local taco shop. They have 16 units, Sombreros Mexican food, but they figured out a way to partner with schools to do bean and cheese burritos. Much smaller margin, but they're school lunches. So they're literally doing thousands of bean and cheese burritos distributed all throughout San Diego County. And they're putting their wrapper. So all of these kids know it's Sombreros Mexican food. They know it's great. They're making, fractions of what they would make in the restaurant, but the brand awareness, plus it's another revenue stream. All those staff that are already there prepping the restaurant, now they're prepping for this huge catering order.
Yep. That's huge. So the story of this Own Their Phones is for restaurants to think about how you can own more eyeballs in your communities. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to have that 6,000 square foot brick and mortar 5 miles away. It means you could possibly be at a stadium. You could be at a concession stand at high school sports. You could be, at a ghost kitchen somewhere, and also be omnipresent at all these digital places like you're talking about, Shawn, with the catering apps and the Uber Eats and the Grubhubs.
Absolutely.
Well, awesome. That's it for this episode of Own Their
Phones.
There it is, baby. See you next one.